Morning, you lot. How you all doing? I'm just having a little bit of a tidy up, a little bit of a hectic morning this morning. I got to break an engine in today, so a bit messing around today. Nothing like a cherry Pepsi Max in the morning. Lovely. Well, I managed to break an Allen key, but it's one of those cheap Chinese ones. You know, like you collect them, don't you? Like over the years, you just collect Allen keys up or whatever. Well, that's what this was. So, and there's that fuel cooler thing. That is just unbelievable. That is. You know how they can. Well, it's all this is because it said on the packet, you know, fuel cooler, didn't it? But I can understand the concept of cooling the fumes because obviously they're hot. They're gonna heat the fuel up and push it into the engine. But just a complete waste of time trying to cool that. I'd rather it be hot, to be honest. Putting this on the fume side, you know. That's a complete load of rubbish. So that's going to go and take that. I'm going to take that bit of fuel line off because that might come in handy a little bit. That bit won't. That bit going to bin. That's a waste. But this bit might come in handy for some little bit one day. I also found some more that could have come in handy. That could have been good. But yeah. Oh, maybe not. It's got R in it there. Look. I must have taken it off or something at one point. Why ain't it focusing? Anyway, it's got a hole in it. But I'll cut that bit with a hole off. Yeah, just having a bit of a tidy up. Got the engine heater out, the battery for the heater. I'm just waiting now for batteries to charge up and other batteries. And then I can go and break this engine in. Now I've just got to do a bit more, you know, bits and bobs. You know, endless bloody glow starters there. I've got to try and work out some of these. This one is brand new, but it never works. So I don't know whether it's faulty or what. So I'm going to have to charge it up, give it a proper charge, because all I ever do is stick these on charge and walk away from them. But I do wonder if the charger's not even working. Do you know what I mean? So I've got some other chargers that are, you know, the correct voltage and that. So I'll use a different charger and just sort of monitor it to see whether it's the charger that's not working or if it's because they're brand new, not been used. So I don't know why they don't work. But like I say, see either that's faulty or the charger's faulty. So a little bit of experimentation to do today. You know, bits and bobs. Lovely. I got that there. That come off. So I put some super glue on it. I got me tin of tea cut. Just put a bit of weight on that to try and hold that. It's just a little rubber thing. Yeah, it come off and it won't stick back on. So I thought I'd put super glue it. Yeah, and I'm gonna mess around later on if I get time because I really want to get this going. For the missus, I'm determined to get her, you know, into the hobby. To be honest with you, not that she'd like it. She doesn't like hobbies, but I'm determined to sort of, well, get her to spend more time with us. Basically, come down to the park and have a blast around. She'll love it. She'll enjoy it rather than sitting on the settee or going down the pub. So that'll be good for us. So I'll get some radio gear. I've got several different cars. I might nick some radio gear from. Somewhere I've got a newer version of that. This is a Mardave, but it's a 1980s version. It's got analog radio gear in it, like AM gear. But somewhere I've got a newer one, a couple of newer ones actually. But I don't know where. I don't know where. I've seen one. I don't know where the other one is. I'm gonna go and try and hunt that down, and I'll nick the 2.4 gigahertz radio gear out of the Mardave. What some of you lot call it, carpet racers, didn't you? Whatever you want to call it. Stock car racing, whatever. I'll nick the 2.4 gigahertz radio gear out of that and stuff it in there. And that way we'll have all I've got to do is find wheels. It's proving difficult finding wheels for this. I know that I play dumb, don't I? I play dumb sometimes just to make you lot laugh a bit. But the thing is, this Truggy thing is I don't know how old it is. I honestly don't know how old these. I know they don't make these anymore. I don't think this model of it. But I don't know how old it is exactly. But they don't do this anymore. This whole triangle situation. Well, at least as far as I know. And I thought they discontinued it. And I've been to several different shops trying to get some wheels, but I can't. Because they don't do that fitment anymore. The only way you can get wheels for it is to get adapters. And active scale models. I phoned him up and I said blah 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 blah. What it is, you know, it's have you got anything in stock, old stock, you know what I mean? And he said no old stock, but I might have some adapters to adapt it to 17mm. So I'm waiting for him to. He's having a look through. That was yesterday. I haven't having the message yet. He's going to message me. But he didn't. He must be busy. So if he can get me, if he's got adapters for 17mm, that opens up a big avenue then, because I can get some truggy wheels, modern day truggy wheels, with a 17mm nut on, and just like you get on buggies, you know what I mean. And then that would sort the wheel problem out. I could put buggy wheels on it, but they'd be proper skinny and they'd look a bit odd, wouldn't they? So I want some wide truggy wheels to make it look how it's supposed to look. So yeah, that is the plan for that then. So it's just going to take a bit of time to get the wheels. I do think that's going to be a small problem, but we'll get some. I'll get some adapters, or if I have to, I suppose I could always just change all of this around for more modern ones. You know, with a proper the name, bloody hell. You know what I'm trying to say? So I haven't got to have adapters. It would just be normal. You know what I'm trying to say. And I'm not playing stupid now. I've genuinely forgotten what they're called. Don't know. I suppose I call them studs. Well, stud, axle stud. Yeah, axle stud. That'll do the trick. Yeah, one of them. Slot the wheel on with a little thing like you get on a buggy. 17mm nut. Job done. Let's go and have a barbecue. Finally managed to get some fuel. You know, it would appear that fuel is becoming a bit of a problem at the moment. From what I understand, it's due to the shipping of it. This stuff's made in England, or it's British performance. I'm assuming it's blended in England still. I don't really know. All I know is Optifuel bought. I do believe Optifuel bought Model Technics fuel, but that fuel that gets up my nose. The fumes of it makes me sneeze. I spend all day bloody sneezing because it's proper potent, sticky smell, isn't it? But this stuff's a bit more pleasant, so I do tend to stick to Optifuel. They reckon it's the same stuff. I've read several different forums and everything, and they all say that it's the same fuel, just a different brand. But it ain't. This is different fuel. This is 100% different. But I couldn't find it in 25. All the people that was 16. So I'm waiting for some racing experience fuel to come in stock on a certain website, and when that comes in stock, I'll be getting a bottle of that, because I quite like that fuel. That's all right. It's not too bad. But yeah, this is what I managed to get from Model Sport. So we got this. I wanted 25 because the engine I've got to run in is set up for 25. So I want to use a bit of that in there. I'm not always wacky and stupid, you know. Sometimes I do things properly. I'm not always wacky and stupid. Although, you know what I mean. Sometimes you just mess around. Don't take things too seriously. Don't take life too seriously. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But, you know, sometimes it does pay to do things properly, because then it'll benefit you in the future. Well, while I'm waiting for batteries to charge, I've got all these little Allen keys, look, around here. I'm just trying to jig around my toolbox a little bit. You know, because I had a little, what's it, up here, one of these. But my little boy got to it, and, well, as you can see, there is no more Allen keys. All I've got is the holder. And the holder's no good, is it? I think this might have been one of the ones that went in it, to be honest, and maybe this one was. Yeah, and half of my tools have vanished from here. There was a few more screwdrivers and bits and bobs. So I'm just playing around here, like finding which Allen keys I'd need. But what I do need to get, and what I want to get, is rather than messing around with Allen keys themselves, I want to get the Allen drivers. But well, what I don't need, you know, do you know what I'm trying to say? So I want to get them because they're better. You know, for messing around with the keys, a bit annoying. But if you've got like a screwdriver with it, you know, an Allen driver. It's one of the things on my little toolbox list. Everyone's got a toolbox list, haven't they? Especially if you like tools like me. I mean, I love tools. If you give me an unlimited budget and you know, a garage big enough, I would literally just go and buy toolboxes, and I'd buy tools of all different descriptions, and I'd have the garage would be kitted out like you wouldn't be able to imagine, because I just love tools and toolboxes. However, that's not you know, that's never going to happen, is it? So instead of messing around with these Allen keys, you know, when you're trying to take off heads and stuff to get to them Allen bolts, these Allen keys, and you're fiddling around like that, you know, trying to get them off, is a little bit annoying. But it's the way I've done it for 20 years. By the way, this year marks 20 years for me messing around with Nitro 20 years. I got my first Nitro car. Well, I think it's 20 years. Well, when the Savage 21 came out, which on the receipt for my one says 2003, and we're in 2023 now, and I've been playing around ever since. You know what I mean? So, good old Savage. There she is. Very, very worse for wear. I took the original shell off because it was all battered and bruised and it had holes in it and everything, and I wanted to save it. So I took that off and I put that somewhere safe. And I put this one on just for now. But the good old Savage. She'd be 20 years old now. 20 years old, eh? We love it, don't we? So yeah, this year I've been playing around with nitro engines and doing all sorts, you know, for 20 years. I did have a little bit of an off spell where when I sort of discovered real cars, started building real cars, but then I always had a nitro car in the boot, and I always went, and a drift car actually, an electric drift car in the boot, went down to car parks, had a blast around, took the nitro car in the car park to work, you know, had a blast around and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, been playing around with nitro for 20 years. You know, that's just gone quick. It has gone quick, but there you go. So yeah, I'm just going to play around with these Allen keys, sort out which ones I want, put them in there, and yeah, job's a good one. Right, so this is, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to take it out. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to now. It might be the wrong type. I shouldn't think it is. This is my old, bloody hell, look at them tyres now. Woo! Look at that one. If I was to start using this again, I'd have to get some new tyres on, otherwise they'd probably fall apart. Oh well. Anyway, so covered in dust. Been up on the shelf for God knows how many years. It's my old, what do you call it? Somebody call it carpet racing, whatever. Bit of carpet, bit of cones and whatever, and around the track. You know what I mean? But yeah, this was that. Ah, there we go. There's the receiver down there. Yeah, I can take that out of there. I can take that little receiver out of there, and then. Oh, that broke. That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped using it, because that broke off, and then I don't know what happened. I couldn't be bothered, or didn't have the time to go and get a new one. So I just stopped using it. So yeah, there we go. Right, I'm going to take that receiver out of there, and I'm going to have to go and rummage around to try and find the right transmitter. And when I find the right transmitter, I shall stick the receiver in there, and batteries. I have to find batteries to put in there as well, or a battery pack. I might have a spare hump pack, I don't know. I've got a funny feeling I haven't, but I'll do what I can do, find what I can find, and yeah, so lovely jubbly. Found it. It's covered in about as much dust as the car was. Stuffed down the back of the microwave. Anyway, lovely. That'll do the trick. It'll get it going anyway, won't it? So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know whether this is an expensive kit or a good kit, radio gear wise. I don't think it is. Rattles around a lot and feels cheaper than you can imagine. Probably China, made in China, Chinese made, probably even a Chinese company. I don't really know anything about code, but it come with this when I bought this Mardave kit. Oh man, years ago now. It come with it. So, yeah, the radio gear and everything come with it. So, anyway, enough of that rubbish. Let's put that in there. Well, there we go. The receiver is in, all plugged in. The aero tube is all done. I have to take the switch off to get the thing up there. Yeah, that's in there. That fits in there lovely. The little cap should go on there. I haven't got any AA batteries to put in here. That's the trouble. And I also need some AAs to go in here. I think it's got any in here. So I'm at a bloody standstill again. I might have to take a trip down the shop and buy some AAs. I'm going to need them anyway. I could just go and take a hump pack out of another car. That sorts this out, but then I need AAs for that. Oh, I could take the AAs out of another transmitter. Well, not another. I've only got one transmitter that's got batteries in it, and that's for the MP9. I could go and nick them. I'll see. But anyway, that's in there. That's done. So, lovely. Right, so I managed to find enough batteries in another transmitter for the FGX Bugster thing. So I've got some Hyundai batteries in there. They're years and years old, probably a bit flat, but hopefully they work. and I put some in the transmitter because it only takes 4. So let's see. Well, that turns on. That's a good sign. Lovely. Now, I pulled this out a little bit when I was messing around with the battery thing, but that will stay in there. I might get some battery, Velcro, sorry, and stick it in. But alright, so it's on. There we go. Lovely. Let's see. What does that do? I don't know what that does. I don't know if that's full turn or not. But then the throttle. Brakes. Something tells me these batteries might be a little bit flat. That's the slowest throttle servo I've ever seen. Now these batteries are probably well flat, but oh man, we know that it works. Yeah, it probably would be working enough for me to fire it up again and you know, give it a rev with the old transmitter. But at least I know that it works. All the servos seem to be working alright, but a bit slow. But as I say, these batteries are well flat probably. If I'll tell you what, I'll probably end up doing if we actually, well, when we go out and actually use this, I'll just buy a hump pack. You can never have enough hump packs, I suppose. So I'll probably just go and buy one of them and stuff that in there, and that will be that job done. But at least for testing purposes, that's good enough. And yes, I will stick a cable tie around it, but I'm not going to be driving it anywhere. So you lot that are going, you better stick a cable tie around there because then batteries will come loose and you'll have a runaway. Well, you know, I'm not going to be driving it anywhere with this on, so don't worry about it. Don't worry. So lovely. Oh, I'm well happy with that. Lovely jubbly. So just tidy it all up, put the cap back on, the lid back on. Bloody hell, the lid. I'm spending too much time around foreigners. You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time around foreign people, and the way they speak rubs off on me. I start calling things the wrong names. Cap, lid, cap, thing like that. Do you know what I mean? Just rubs off. Well, this all fits in there nice as well. The cap, the bloody cap. The lid goes on properly. The lid goes on. I don't know. Anyway, the lid goes on nicely, and yeah, it's just slow, but that's it. And the one and only thing now stopping me from actually giving this a drive around is the wheels. But I'll work on the wheels. You know, I'll get some from somewhere at some point. It's just nowhere sells them anymore with this triangle thing. But hopefully Active Scan will pull through, and I'll be able to get the adapters with these 17mm nut, and yeah, we'll be well away then. I can go get some truggy wheels, and we'll be blasting around. And with any luck, you'll see my lovely wife with me blasting around a field or woods or wherever we go. We'll probably go down a skate park. That little one. No, the little one where we went with the MP9 when we rode there on our bikes. Remember that video? Yeah, probably go down there or something when it warms up a little bit, because she's not going to want to stand out there in the cold. And hopefully you'll see me and my lovely wife, you know, actually out and about blasting around the field. So nice one. I'll catch you in a bit, you lot. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'm still waiting for batteries to charge up, and I can go and run the engine in. The ones I've had to charge are these ones. I've put off charging them up for ages, and not put off, but just not bothered. But hopefully they'll be alright. They're extremely Chinese, batteries, but hopefully they're alright. This one charged up alright. It didn't get hot or anything. It's just warm to the touch. And yeah, the other one's on charge now, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, you lot, I shall catch you another day. Thanks for watching, and love life and enjoy yourself, because that's what it's all about. And make sure you get all your family involved. Why not? Just get your family involved. They'll love it. They will love it. Being out there when it's a bit warmer, not when it's cold maybe, but when it's a bit warmer, you know, make a jump and all that kind of stuff, and then just be like, I dare you, you know, I bet you can't clear that, I bet you can't jump that, and they'll be like, yeah, alright, I'll prove you wrong, and then they'll love it. See you later on, you lot, all the best.